Hey y'all, so I'm gonna be showing you how I like to make a little card holder slash money clip. And so the first thing I like to do is, before I got my kind of template I would get my card and I would trace around it with a pencil. And then from there, I would just go out a little bit more from your pencil mark. I'd go a little bit further so that you have the room you want so that your card will fit right on in, and it's not going to be a struggle. The length kind of depends on how many cards you're going to be holding in at a time. Most people only hold like two or three. You got like your debit card and maybe a credit card and your driver's license. So I'm not exactly how far out I went from my pencil mark, but anyways, the first thing I like to do after I cut out my little template is I draw out lightly with a dark pencil so that you don't have to, get all the marks. If you were having like a regular pencil that wasn't meant for like drawing dark, you would have to really press in so that you could see it after you squirt it with water. The thing's gonna kind of fade a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little time lapse of me drawing my pattern, and then I'll show you what I got after. My drawing done on one side, and I haven't done the other side, which is gonna be the back of it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna, wet it down with water, and then I'm gonna cut it out, and then I'll give it all its dimensions. After that, I'll let it dry. I'll give it some of its dyeing, and I'll finish it. And then I'll put on some antique so it can get down in the cracks and crevices. Now that it's cut out, it's time to give it its dimensions. Now we got her tooled out. Now I just have to give her a couple little swivel knife marks, and then a couple of hits with my thumbprint, and it'll be done getting tooled. And then we'll move on to painting or dyeing this, whatever I decide. I got my accent marks. Now all I have to do is dye it. And if I was wanting to paint it, then I'd paint it first, and then I would dye it, and then I could go back and paint if I need to cover up anything. And then I'll finish it, and then I'll go back with my antique to get into all of my accent cuts that I did and all of the deeper part of my bevels. Alright, so now we got it dyed, and now it's time for some satin sheen, and then we're gonna antique it along with this one, which is gonna be the back side. I forgot to get the video of me dyeing them, and I wasn't planning on getting a video of doing the back anyhow, just because it was just a simple basket weave. But Now I'm gonna get to it. So here's what it looks like after antique. Now to let it dry, and this is what I used. So this is what they look like after antique. Now I gotta finish them up one more time, and then I'll put the money clip on the back, and then I'll just have to trim out a design on the front so you can get out your cards easily. You can do it on the front and the back, or you can just do it on one of them. It just depends on what you like or what you'd rather. It's all dried and everything. You get your money clip, and then you put it where you want it, and usually you put some money in there just so you can get it all squared away, and then you'll find your middle, and then you'll find your middle here, line them up, make sure it's straight, and then you get your, if I can open this, you get your 2 holes punched right here, and then you'll put your 2 little rivets in and glue it up, and then you're ready to carve out this piece so you can reach in and get your cards, and then it's all ready to get glued and sewn up and then burnish. So I got my money in there. Now I'm ready to draw my lines and get the holes punched out for the rivets. Now that the rivets are in and we got our piece cut out, they're ready to be glued together, and then we can sew them, and then we'll burnish them, and it'll be about ready. So after you glued it and it's all sewed up and everything, the next step is to burnish, and everybody has their own different steps of burnishing, but what I like to do is get some water and start it off with your slick and stick. And then you're gonna hear a little popping, which means it's starting to burnish. And then I get my saddle soap, and then just a little piece of I don't know what you call it. It's, I don't know. I have a big old dillo you can get at Hobby Lobby. It's canvas, that's what it is. But get it in the fibers. And just running back and forth until you're happy with the finished product. So I'll get back with you for the next step. So then after you burnish everything, I like to get a dauber and dye my edges. Then I'll let it dry, and then the project will be complete, and it's ready for you or your customer, or for you just to sell or do whatever with. So that's how I make my card holders and money clips.